mostly on today's video targeted individuals. Just doing, just watching a lot of YouTube channels to get different information. I watch a lot of videos from the standpoint of just seeing what people are talking about, seeing what kind of information is out there, because I like to get information. And oftentimes when I get information, it sparks something in me, and in my mind comes up with ideas and thoughts based on that information. A lot of us have seen the Avenger movies, all of the movies talking about the Tesseract, the Square, the Cube. And then I thought about, and this is no way implicating Ice Cube. I'm just using it because everybody knows how smart Ice Cube is, how intelligent he is. And when I grew up, I remember him telling a story, and I'm not going to implicate him either, but I'm going to use his nickname, and some people may know what I'm talking about when I say it. But no, so this is not saying his name, so I'm not implicating him, nor am I accusing him of anything. I'm just using him for the story. I grew up with this guy named Kiddo, and Kiddo was actually one of Ice Cube's friends when they was in high school. And Ice Cube told a story involving Kiddo, and in that same story, he was talking about how I believe he was going to grow up and be, his intent was to grow up before he joined NWA, not NWA, before he joined, I forgot the name of the group he joined before that, but he talked about how he was going to be an architect or something, like he went to college for that. So he knows about measurements and all these different type of things. And so when I thought about that Ice Cube, he had a song a long time ago. He used the N-word. He said, "Ends can't fade the cube." And then a lot of times we just thought, yeah, that's so hip, that's so cool. But Ice Cube was always ahead of the game. He was always so smart, man. He was talking about stuff that we didn't even know what he was really talking about. Probably, I'm just using that probably because I'm not in his head. Now, maybe I'm just thinking this. And because he's an architect, he knew about measurements and all these different type of things. He knew about the cube, I'm assuming. So I can't put words in his mouth or his thoughts. Then the cube, come to find out, everybody's talking about the cube in the movies nowadays, the Tesseract. And using the Tesseract, you can change dimensions. You can go back in time into different dimensions and go into the future and bring about things through the cube. Then I was looking at some videos last night about the cube, the Tesseract, how on the plane, the level, the plane Earth, how from that point of view, you can almost think of it about how the Most Highest. That's why he's the Most Highest. He can see all views. Everything he can look down and see the whole, everything how it really is. Every dimension, every level. Like an eagle goes very high and has keen eyes. It can see everything. That's why it can be so high and see a mouse running at the level base. And then, talking about the Tesseract, how when it is used, you can see it from every angle. I think it said the six angles. Like the lower level is just the plane. Then you go to the second dimension where it raises up a little bit. Third dimension, it raises up a little bit more. Fourth dimension, it raises up even more. So the higher you go, you can see every other dimension under it from a different point of view. So therefore, when different beings come into our dimension, we might not even truly see them as they truly are, but we see them through a form that they're able to come into our dimension in that form. So that's kind of what this game stalking is. It's some very smart and intelligent people. So it's kind of like a game in a sense, but it's not a game. They're basically showing how smart they are by using all these different technologies, their intelligence, their wisdom, technology, spirits, different things, and bringing them into our reality. And then for the most part, there's only some that can see what they're doing. There's only some that can see what they're bringing into this reality. And these are the ones that are called targeted individuals. For their plans. But at the same time, I will encourage you, because the most highest that even is above what they're doing, who sees all things, and that's why he says in the scriptures, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and all things shall work out for your good, called according to his purpose. Because no matter what man or anybody else does on this earth, he has the final say. Have you ever watched that movie Constantine, where in that movie the devil came to get Constantine, and he did that one heroic act at the end, and he was going to go to heaven? Before that, the devil, he said Constantine was the one soul that he would come and get himself, because there was something special about Constantine. But then, when he did that one heroic act before Constantine was about to go to heaven, the devil was dragging him. But then the Most Highest in the film, the way they showed it was, even the devil, who was supposed to be the highest, because they had angels and different things in that movie and demons, but he was supposed to be the highest being in that movie. So he said he came himself to get Constantine. So when he was dragging him away, the Most Highest caused wrinkles to happen in the cement or the floor that the devil couldn't even pull Constantine. Is it only so far he can go? Because the Most High controls it all, and it showed you in that movie. So then, since the devil said, "Well, since I can't have him, what I'll do is I'll just make him live longer, so then I can catch him when he mess up again." So that's just a thought for the day, and shalom.